and it also shows that you're an action taker. Very fucking amazing. Very amazing. Perfect. And you deserve it, absolutely. Do you keep visualizing? Because the next point about peak performance is starting your day with a strict morning routine. Do you still visualize and meditate every day? Wow. Perfect. And imagine the compound effect of this doing this the next couple of years. Fucking amazing. Very, very good. It's a matter of fact that human beings are beings of routines, okay? And if you look at the champion's life, you will always see that they have routines. They never just wake up and do something. They never wake up and watch the news. They never wake up and get distracted by other people or by social media, what other people do. Why is that? Because they also know and understand that your brain in the first 15 minutes of the day, same as in the last 15 minutes of the day, is very active. Your subconscious mind is extremely active. And whatever you feel and think about and visualize in these 15 minutes will multiply in your life, okay? And that's why it's important to start your day with what? With gratitude, okay? Because gratitude at the end of the day is the most important state to be in. You can have all the cars you want, you can be a multimillionaire, you can have the body you want, the girls, whatever, but if you're not grateful about your life and about the things you have and you don't practice that, your life is gonna be miserable, right? I had someone literally watching and looking out of this window here, beautiful view of Dubai, okay? And I look out there and I'm like, wow, I see amazing buildings, I see, I see wealth, I see what I achieved. And then someone comes, much richer than me, looks out and says, what is that for an ugly rooftop? Oh, this is ugly, this is ugly. And I'm like, how can you live that? How can you live your life in such a way? So gratitude is very important. And to become a champion, you also need to prime yourself to win. That's why Tony Robbins, for example, right? You know Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins has a priming morning routine where he visualizes, he does breath work, he does meditation and gratitude. And this is important because when you do this, it's very difficult to not crush it in your day. It's very difficult to not dominate your goals. Why? Because you put yourself in the situation and the feeling of you're a winner. Most people start their day watching social media, seeing all these other people kind of being successful, okay? And then they're like anxious, they compare themselves. And if you want to be a champion, you just can't do that. You need a strict morning routine. Now, let me ask you, you've done the goal framing morning routine and you've done the advanced framing morning routine so far. I believe, tell me your own experiences first before I ask you. I'm happy you like this. Seriously. For me, it's marvelous to think about the fact that most people, even I had days in my life and still sometimes have days when I wake up and I'm like, really? But I trained myself because people wake up and tend to directly think about the responsibilities, the stress they have, the tasks they have to do. And it's very difficult sometimes to wake up and be like, yeah, let me wake up and have a great day. So it's very important that you prime yourself to show the universe and God that you're grateful for being alive, right? And that's when this part of the morning routine comes in place where you just put up your hands in the air and you say, I love my life. Thank you for this life. I love my life. Because you literally show God, hey, I'm grateful for my life. And then you get rewarded. It is scientifically proven that what you're grateful for also multiplies in your life, right? And you focus more on it. And the reason why I asked you this basically about the morning routine, I was very curious to see if you hated the first morning routine. Because many guys who do the goal framing morning routine, they're pissed off because it takes a long time. They have to write about their goals. And I understand. But I think considering the fact that you do this only once in your life, I think you can see the importance, right? Perfect. Yeah. And it's very smart what you say with you're not your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. I don't know if you listened to the voice message I sent in the group recently a couple of days ago about the guy who calls his brain Becky. Did you see that? There's a guy who speaks about happiness and his son died when his son was 21, he died and he found a way to still be happy. And it's very interesting because our mind a lot of time plays a joke on us, plays games with us, gives us negative thoughts, frustrations, fears that are not even reasonable. And that guy, because he gives his brain, his thoughts a name, Becky, can tell his brain when he has negative thoughts, why you're giving me these negative feelings? Just shut up. Right? And that's crazy because you are not your thoughts. You are not your body. You don't say I'm body, you say my body. You don't say I'm hand, you say my hand. And you don't say you're not your thoughts, you say my thoughts, right? So it's very, very important if you want to control your thoughts that you actually do exactly what you say, differentiate that, your thoughts from yourself. Super important.